Welcome investors! Today I would like to talk about consumers price index, which is the inflation. So currently inflation is a little bit under 5%, and it seems like it's going down from the heights of a year ago. Federal Reserve is planning to have a meeting on Wednesday. Today is June 11, so probably they are not going to raise interest rates because they assume that inflation is under control. Let's take a look at the chart of the inflation for around past 2 years. So of course, if you take a look at the chart, the gray area in 2020 represents the recession. We had the COVID, all economical activity, I would say most of the economical activity was stopped. And then extremely huge amount of money was pumped up into the system, which of course spiked the inflation, going up from January 2021 from the level of 2% to around 8% in April until July, August in 2022. And then of course we have strong actions of Federal Reserve increasing the interest rates, and the consumers price index is going down to 4.9%. And right now we are facing the situation when the Fed is planning to kind of pause, but some analysts say that this is temporary pause, and then down the road they are going to keep tightening, increasing the interest rates in order to bring the inflation down. What I think is going to happen is that the inflation is not going to go down to 2% anytime soon, because wage increases and already in workforce there was so many wage increase. Right now you cannot take away those wage increases, and those wage increases are contributing to the inflation because they basically spread through entire economy. People have more money, but the employers have to pay more for employees, so employers put those costs to their consumers, to their services which they provided, and so on, so on. So it is carried on and all the way to the simple customer buying services or products. And this is going to keep the inflation high. I don't know which level is this going to be, if this is going to be 5% or 6%, but it's not going down to 2% anytime soon, because like I said, you cannot take away those increases in the wages which people already received. That's one thing. Another point which I would like to make is the cost of energy. We have recently Saudi Arabia announcing that they're going to cut the production. Of course, this is directed towards increase in the price for the oil. Saudi Arabia is the country which is semi-aligned with US, but deeply and honestly, it is the country which is oriented towards their own best interest. They are not really aligned with US, they are not really aligned with Russia, they just align with their own best interest. So they're not gonna look at this, what US president is going to say. Doesn't matter if he comes and fist bump with the royal prince, next day they can increase They can they can cut the production. They don't really care what the US president is doing. And the third point which I would like to make is that the current environment in United States is not really fossil fuel friendly, because we have Democrats at the power which favor a Green New Deal, which favor driving all electric cars, but no one is really thinking where this electricity comes from for these electric cars. That's completely different story. Most of the electricity comes from the coal power plants in United States, but of course electric cars are the thing of the future for Democrats, which I'm not negating this, but there's a lot of hypocrisy behind all this notion of suddenly everybody driving electric cars, which first of all are very expensive, and then second of all, electricity for those cars is not produced by the solar or wind turbines, it's produced by the fossil fuels. But anyway, coming back to the inflation, inflation is not going to 2% anytime soon, like the Fed is kind of saying that's their goal, that's their job. It's not going down anytime soon, because like I said, wage increases because of the cost of the energy, especially oil, going up because of the cut of the production by Saudi Arabia, and of course because of the current political administration, which is of course against all drillings, against increasing any domestic production. A couple years ago, US was #1 producer of oil, but political situation changed, and right now US is not a major producer of oil. The beauty of the system in United States is that the political elites are changing. So one time we have the Democrats, another we have Republicans at the helm, and this is kind of causing the country to go further. We don't have the situation in United States that we have one team for 20 years at the helm, and they have all the time one course like it is in Russia. So that's the major difference. But anyway, that's not the subject of this this video. Let me know, what do you think about the inflation, where the inflation is heading? Maybe you think that inflation will go down to 2% and the Fed is right, or maybe you think that the inflation is gonna go up. Please let me know in the comment section below. And like always, thank you so much for spending the time with me. I really appreciate your time. If you like the video, give me a thumb up, share the video all over the social media, and help me to spread the word about very simple investing channel. Thank you so much, and stay healthy and well.